Hello, GAMELEAP. What is up, everyone? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be talking about 5 carry heroes and carry builds you should be using currently. So, you know, the meta has updated a little bit. The pace of Dota is obviously slowing down. I'm sure we've all come to that agreement. It seems impossible to push Necromonicon out of the picture. Helmet Dominator? Not the old Helmet Dominator. So yeah, Dota's slowed down, and what should you be picking? You know, I think really what's going on right now is Greed in the carry role is doing well, especially in pubs. In fact, I even read, you guys have probably read it too, a lot of you. I actually don't use Reddit too much, but I used it a bit today, and I saw a post about this Legend player who was like, oh, I have an 80% win rate with TERRORBLADE right now in the Legend bracket, but I feel like I'm farming all game. That's fine. Like, I just wish more people had that mentality. And a lot of people get mad when I say this. It's like, oh, Speed, you keep telling people just to farm all game. No, that's not what I'm telling you. I'm just telling you to focus on a timing, right? And that's the meta right now. Don't try to pick Slark and push their tier 3 10 minutes in, or the tier 2 at the 15 minutes to get the outpost. It doesn't work. So like when this guy on this Reddit post is, you know, talking about that and people are responding, a lot of them are great responses, by the way. Like a lot of the comments are great. I think they make great points, largely correct. They're like, hey, you can look to fight at certain circumstances, and that's absolutely correct. I know I'm rambling a bit here. I just think this is like an important thing to talk about right now, which is, guys, it's fine to farm. In fact, if you're the better farming player out of the 2 cores, you'll win 60% of your matches if you're equal on every other term, such as being able to team fight and being able to position well and understanding where you should fight and where you shouldn't fight, like towers and tier 2 towers. Just to finalize my point, it's not surprising to me that that player has an 80% win rate with TB. TB will be on this list. I think the hero is very good if you follow the formula that I'll be giving you and the build that I'll be giving you. And yeah, as long as you show up to fights around your timings, whether or not that's meta in drums, meta in Dragonlance, meta in 3 items, if you think it's a bad TV game, maybe they have a Zeus or an early Blink Dagger on a Centaur and you feel like you can't fight, hey, that's fine. Play around your timings, it's okay to farm, and now let's get into the video. Oh, by the way, guys, just like the video, help out your boy Speed, trying to make videos every single day. In fact, last couple days, double daily uploads. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know it's a lot. But if you enjoy that, smash the like button, let me know, hey, Speed, this is good, more of that, or Speed, you're out of your mind, I don't have time for this, I don't know, well, let's get into it. And, most importantly, guys, summer sale going on right now for the GameLeap website, 50% off for a whole plethora of content that I'm making. We have other creators on the job as well, trying to provide you guys with top tier videos that are going to teach you about the game of Dota on a very advanced level, so that you can get to the next level, right? Because that's how you carry games. You learn information that is on the next level, you apply it, you rinse, repeat, and as long as you have the correct information, which you'll get for 50% off by clicking the link down below and using the discount code, you're gonna get all that information and be able to apply it and start winning today. So first off, we have SPECTRE. Now, SPECTRE right now is dominating pubs. The hero has gone up to a 58.12% win rate. So, in 7.27c, what we saw is that the Desolate damage was reduced. Now, this is Ice Frog saying, you know, SPECTRE may be doing a little bit too well. However, in 7.27b, what we saw with SPECTRE is a couple of main changes. Changes that might have seemed like a nerf at, like, if you really didn't look at them, but then they just aren't, right? They aren't. In fact, it was just kind of, oddly enough, a buff in a lot of ways. So first things first, SPECTRE lost 1 HP regen, which is a big deal in the laning stage, right? 60 health per minute can matter. However, Haunt Illusions no longer have a fixed movement speed, which can be good for SPECTRE later on. Wouldn't say it's insane, but it could be good later on. And Haunt Illusions no longer have a 1-second delay on acting, so they instantly start auto-attacking, which is really, really strong, because what this means is it cancels Blink Daggers reliably, right? Instead of like the SPECTRE thing walking up to you and then like waiting literally a full second to hit you, it just instantly starts hitting you. It cancels Blinks, it catches people off guard, it's gonna cancel Tranquils earlier, and everything, like all these things, they matter, right? They matter a lot. And then finally, Desolate damage was increased by 10 at all levels, and the Desolate search area was reduced by 75, which is also a buff, right? It makes it easier to use Desolate. So SPECTRE just gets buffed and buffed and buffed, and you know, sure he lost that HP regen, but especially in low to medium MMR pubs. And this is reality, guys, whether or not you want to accept it, the lanes aren't necessarily that hard. Pressure is lackluster. You don't believe me? Well, I really do want to run a series where, oh, that would be actually so cool. Guys, let me know what you think about this in the comment. Comment down below if you think I should start a series where I pair up 2 legends against 2 immortals, and then like 2 guardians against two Archons and like things like that, and just basically show like, hey, like these are the differences that are happening. This is why one side wins, one side doesn't. I think that'd be cool. So let me know in the comment section down below if you'd like that. But getting back to Spectre, I don't want to get too off track, but I think the build right now is very greedy. I think you want to go Midas. Yes, I'm not kidding. I think Midas is actually the build. There's a lot of players going this right now, and I think it makes sense on Spectre after the Helm Dom nerfs. Midas is fine. You just play ultra greedy and scale into this dirty hero after all the Desolate buffs, right? Desolate and Haunt buffs. Sure, Desolate also no longer gives vision, but that's besides the point. You go Midas, you go into Manta, you farm absurdly fast, then you go into Radiance, and after that, you have a couple options. You can go Scotty, you can go Abyssal. Typically, what I see from most players is they go Abyssal, right? It's just going to allow you to one-shot people with the Manta, and then you go to Scotty, right? So if you want Scotty first, maybe they have a lot of ranged heroes that you want to slow, or I don't know, there's some heals you need to negate. Fine, go Scotty. But generally people go Abyssal, then into Scotty. You're absurdly tanky, you do a ridiculous amount of damage, and, you know, Desolate was buffed. So, Spectre right now, pretty dang absurd. If you hit a lot of creeps and get a decent Midas timing from around the 9 to 13 minute mark, I think you'll do very, very well. Oh, and by the way, buy a lot of stats early game. Stats, you know, it's good. Okay, next up, let's get into TERRORBLADE. I was hyping this hero up. I think it's really good. Ever since they removed the movement speed loss from Metamorphosis, this hero is just so much better in lane. It's ridiculous. And why do I say in lane? Because yes, is it much better in mid-game, late game too? Yeah, of course. This is just an overall buff to meta. But the reason why this is so notable in lane to me, and what I've seen over and over and over again, is TERRORBLADEs that would often lose kills by 1 or 2 right clicks, right? Opponents would just nearly get away. That's not happening anymore, right? As long as you have boots or like treads and a couple stats, you just shred people. Like these TBs that I've been watching, especially with some of my coaching students, are just shredding people and getting first blood reliably with meta, especially level 2 meta, when they hit that level 3 power spike with 40 damage from meta. And it's just showing so much, right? Also, it's harder to go on the TERRORBLADE when he's meta because he's faster too. It's such a big buff when you really think about it, and you look at the circumstances that TB would struggle with in the past, which is, you know, running away and running towards, right, catching up. This is such a big buff. It's such a big buff. So what do I recommend you do on TB? I recommend you go 2 Wraith Bands and the treads. Sometimes you buy Magic Wand, depending on your lane, depending on the game. After that, you have 2 options. You go Drums or Dragonlance. I think you go Drums if it's more of like they don't have as many TB counters, because then you do more overall DPS when you pop the Drums active, and it's a bit better for farming because I think it's better for farming because of the mana regen, movement speed, and stats. I think it's a better combination for farming. But if they have a lot of TB counters, this is at least my perspective on the situation. Let's say they have like a Zeus and a Pugna, and you need to stay a little bit further away from the fight, prevent yourself from getting nuked too much, then you pick up that Dragonlance. It's going to make you basically be able to stay away from nukes, which is really good. So keep that in mind, guys. I think that's how you want to build TB right now. After your Drums and D-Lance, by the way, you're just going to buy one or the other. You could buy both, I guess, if you're a psycho, but which honestly probably isn't terrible, but after that, you go Manta. Then after Manta, generally what people are going Scotty. Scotty's been buffed a lot, so it's not surprising people are buying this item. Next up is SVEN Midas, and I won't touch too much on it because obviously I just made a video on it. Yeah, I think SVEN with Midas is good. I think Midas is coming back a little bit. Not completely, but a little bit. And so yeah, I think SVEN Midas is good. Favors in the meta. The God Strength buff was pretty big. As we've come to see, the hero's about 2.5% win rate up, which is huge, and it's really just because God Strength is harder to kite out now. You can't really stall at the 25 seconds as well, because it's 40. You can actually use it to farm for once, because it's instead of being on an 85 second downtime, it's on a 70 second downtime, which is really good. So yeah, it's just a lot of SVEN buffs. The meta favors him, and therefore, yeah, I think the hero's pretty strong right now. Next up is Juggernaut, and this hero has also seen quite a significant buff in win rate, going from a 50% win rate hero to 52.5%, a 2.38% increase. And the reason why I think this is the case is because Battle Fury was the Juggernaut build, right? And it still is. Nothing has changed. The hero still goes that item build, but with this 40 extra attack speed, you actually can solo kill people. One of my gripes with the Battle Fury build was that when you got it, you know, sure, you could solo kill people, you could kill a lion if he was out of position, but killing a core or anyone when they were near a creep wave was very, very difficult. You lack the attack speed. So what I was recommending to most of my students, and I think I even said it in some website videos, but what I was saying is like, hey, just go Mask of Madness beforehand. It's going to help you with that earlier spike. You can actually get kills with Omni Slash. It still helps you with farming. And that was my take on the hero. But now you can skip out on that Mask of Madness, which honestly is not a bad jug item, but you can skip out on it and pick up that Battle Fury. And with this Omni Slash change, you kill people so much more reliably. It's like having 2 gloves of haste in your inventory every time you Omni Slash. It's a really, really big deal, considering Battle Fury gives such a substantial amount of damage. What is it, 56 right now? Am I crazy? It's a really high number. And I think this is the biggest buff to Jug. Also, I think Scotty is a good Jug item, which is obviously in favor right now. And I'm going to quickly let you know of the total build, which, in my opinion, you know, you have a couple options. So, one I see here on Dota buff that I think makes sense is Battle Fury. He gets a 1340 minute timing. And yeah, that's what I would strive for. If I was you guys, I would strive for a minute 13 to about minute 16 timing. Obviously, it depends on how the game is going, but any later than that means you are laning likely very poorly, doing a lot of things wrong if you can't get a 16 or 17 minute Battle Fury, considering the item is not too cheap and has quite good build up now. After that, he goes Sanjin Yasha, then he goes into a Moon Shard, which, I mean, is not necessarily terrible, but after the Battle Fury, you have options. You can go the Sanjin Yasha route, right? You can just go like Sanjin Yasha Scotty, be really tanky, be a frontliner. You also could go Manta for that purpose. You can even go a little bit more damage. I've seen some Ags here and there. But nonetheless, just buy this Battle Fury, tank up, and you're going to likely stomp a lot of your games just for how much damage this hero really, really does right now. It's pretty cool. And finally, I know it hurts me to put it on the list, but I'm looking at this primarily off what is going to win you guys games, right? What are the easiest to execute heroes that are simply successful based upon the current meta? Now, could I say Animage? Yeah, I could put Animage in right now. The hero has a 52% win rate, which is solid. However, after his nerfs, he's gone down by about 2% win rate. So I didn't want to really put him in. And you're going to say like, oh, Speed, but the hero you are putting in is literally down 3.5% win rate. And yeah, you probably have called it at this point. It's Wraith King. Guys, I know I've said this a million times. I'll wrap up the video. I'm not even gonna... if you're new to this channel, why do I think Wraith King is good? Well, actually, 1 point Midas buff. You can go Midas on Wraith King again. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty legit on Wraith King, especially considering the skeletons. They weren't nerfed, but I think because they don't get the Vampiric Aura, they're a little bit worse. Nonetheless, Wraith King is still good. Still a 53% win rate hero, which puts him as the 2nd highest win rate core. Why? Because he scales well, he does very well in pubs from 0 to 3k MMR, because he soaks a lot of damage, he causes the enemy team to overextend, he has a built-in farming mechanism that does not require you to be skillful at the game to use, and you know, that might hurt some people's feelings, but that's the reality, right? It's the same reason, in my opinion, that Spectre does well. Well, the hero doesn't actually have built-in farming mechanisms, he kind of just scales. He also lets you split push, and he incentivizes people to split push with Haunt, which usually people struggle with, but on Spectre, I think a lot less so. Basically, everyone knows, split push, and split farm, right? Just split up the map, split farm, as much as humanly possible, and then Haunt into fights, which helps this hero succeed, and always has made Spectre a generally higher percent winner hero, especially in your typical public match. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I like making these type of videos. Bit of a rant here and there, but I think they were useful rants. I'm still trying to figure out the meta. I think I have a better grasp than I had a couple days ago, or even a couple weeks ago. And so yeah, I just want to spread some of those ideas within this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know, by the way, for everyone who watched to the end, what role you want to see next of this, if any. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Hey guys, do you also want more content from me and other GameLeap creators that are going to help you get to the next rank easily? Well, 50% off right now is the deal we can offer. Alright, 50% off. As long as you click the link down below, you're going to get that part of our summer sale. Right, just go over there, you're gonna see the 50% off, sign up. It's an incredible deal. I've been putting in more work than ever on this website. I think the content is gonna help you guys get to the next level faster than ever. And yeah, I hope to see you there. If you're unsure about it, hey, message me on Discord, say, Speed, why should I sign up for the GameLeap website? I swear I know a lot of you guys just troll me about this, but nah, ask me, I'll talk to you. Go sign up for the website, it's a blast, and we're gonna have a good time this summer.